Hi again folks, and welcome to this Matchbox Ford Transit Mk5 restoration, custom restoration, because we're going to be changing the colour to this one, and it's made in China and it's from 1988. Roll the titles. Right, well, as you can see, this has got the ambulance livery. I've never seen a Transit with the ambulance livery before, so I won't be recreating this, so that makes it a custom restoration. I'm going to be changing the colour. I've had 4 Transit vans in total, and this I think is a Mk5, which they called the smiley face one, with the banana engine, if you want to call it that. And let's have a closer look at it. Well, as we can see, everything seems to be straight here. It is play warm, but as you can see, this has got the livery of an ambulance on it. This isn't really an ambulance, there's no light on it. I don't know what it is, I've never seen one, but as I say, we're going to be changing this to a work van. I've had, as I say, 4 Transit vans, and as you can see, this one has got a plastic base on it. I'm not too keen on the plastic based vehicles, but as you can see, probably a money saving thing. It's been outsourced by Matchbox International Limited, and it was made in China, this one. So looking round, as you can see, it hasn't got any windows in the side, although I think there is provision for windows. So as I say, plastic based, there's nothing I can really do with that. I'll just give it a clean. But first of all, we're going to drill the post out. And again, nice sharp drill here. There's only one post at the front on this vehicle. It has 2 retaining clips on the back as well, which will obviously just tip out. And you've got to be very careful here. Obviously, this is a plastic base. I don't want to damage anything when I'm prising it up, so you've got to be extra careful with them. And again, not taking one of these apart before, I was a bit dubious about breaking the lugs off of the back there, as you can see. So I was sort of easing it very gently, and I couldn't even get it out. The inside fell out, as you can see, but I'm still having troubles there. So I decided just to prise the back with a small terminal screwdriver, and that managed to free it off. I'll have to be careful when putting that back together, although I think it will go back together a lot easier. Basic interior, this is a left-hand drive model, so it's obviously for the international market as opposed to the Great British market. And the wheels are typical 80s Matchbox with the leaf spring that just basically clips the wheels in, and the wheels are in pretty good condition there, as you can see. Nothing really to do with them. Just take the back ones out as well. As I say, if the axles were bent, we might have had to straighten them up, but they're actually in very good condition. Probably not had a lot of wear at all. So yeah, there we go. The inside glass there, as you can see, also is attached to the front lights as well. And as you can see there, nice and clean. And on the side there, it's got the provision at the back there for a glass panel. So maybe they did this for other versions of the Transit with windows in the side. I'm not too sure. So as you can see there, it's only got the single post at the front. We're going to need to drill that out. And everything seems flat. There's no dents or anything in it. So hopefully this will just be a matter of peeling the paint back off, giving up a little bit of a clean up with the wire wool or something, and then obviously painting it. So we're going to drill the post out first. Again, nice sharp drill. I have got loads of drills I bought from China very cheaply, and none of them really cut, so invest in some decent drills, and you won't have to push hard, and that means you won't snap any drill bits. And as you know there, I like to use these little rivets, and they just drop in that post and super glue in, and they tend to look authentic, in my eyes anyway. A lot of people use screws, but I just like these. Right, let's get the paint off then. I'm going to use my power strip paint stripper, just one big glob. And these aren't transfers, I think that's actually paint on there. So normally the stripper tends to struggle if you've got stickers stuck on, but as I say, this tends to have been painted, so the paint come off, the red paint come off, no problem whatsoever as well. And as you can see underneath, there's no sign of any degradation of the zinc plating, so that's just basically going to need a slight buff up, and I think we'll be ready to go. So let's just give it a bit of a buff up now with some wire wool, I didn't do it on the wire wheel because I didn't think it really warranted it. There was no sort of pitting or anything on it. So, and as you can see, I think that'll take a lovely coat of paint now. So let's get that sorted. So first of all, we're going to add there the primer. I'm using the Tamiya fine primer, as you know, in the aerosol can. And I like to do the underneath first so that I'll get all the edges in first. And nice big strokes on this, no problems whatsoever. Very little to mess up when you're doing this, unless you've got a dirty surface, as I've had before. And as you can see there, 1 or 2 coats is all you really need. 1 coat will probably be enough. I think I only did give this 1 coat, so there you go. Right, okay, then let's add some colour. I've chose this X4 blue, very similar to the blue of the transit van that I had. The actual colour was college blue, I think, and that was a more of a metallic-y colour. And I mix a 1-to-1 ratio with the X20, as you know, and that tends to work for me. Always wear your respirator. These paints are toxic to breathe in, so always err on the side of caution. And I like to do the underside of the vehicle first so that I get all them edges in the wheel arches and stuff like that, inside to the windows and all them sort of small nooks and crannies. And again, I give that a tack coat, and I'll give this 2 full coats, as you can see. Coverage is nice. I'm very happy with that off the gun finish that I've got there. Although I will lacquer this, and I'm going to be using the Mr. Colour lacquer, and again use the leveling thinner. I use this at a 1-to-1 ratio again, and again that works for me. The paint's dry for about 15 to 20 minutes, I suppose, the actual colour, and then I'm going straight on with the lacquer. I'll use a light coat, and again in the same procedure, do the undersides first so that I know that I've covered them edges. And the first coat is going to be a tack coat again, 10 minutes in between, and then 2 more heavier coats to give the final sheen, and I find that looks absolutely stunning as well. I won't be polishing this, as you know. I don't find the need to polish these cars, especially if I'm reproducing the factory finish. These aren't, although they're custom because I'm not doing them to original, I like to do them as original paintwork. Right, here we go. Everything's laid out now, all been refurbished. I'm just going to put the wheels back into the base there. That's just a matter of obviously just clipping it under that main spring there. There's only 1 spring in these. Very simple to do. And there we go, working lovely. So now time to reassemble the main body. I'm going to put the glass in first. Again, no glue needed here. This just literally pops over and locates over 2 posts there. I didn't have to drill them out at all. The interior again just clips in nicely, just sits there. Nothing really holding it in apart from the base. Now I had a bit of trouble getting the base off, as you probably know, but it went back pretty well. I did have to fiddle about with it a little bit at the front there, but all in all, it went together absolutely lovely. And as you can see, the actual blue looks fantastic there. Well pleased with the way this has turned out. And as you know, I like to glue these little new mock rivets in with some super glue. Just a little dabs needed in the post. And this is a slightly larger one, this rivet post, and as you can see, nice little firm push, and that isn't coming out. And I'm sure you'll agree that you wouldn't actually know that that's been apart. That looks totally standard. And as I say, most people use screws, but I just prefer these. So let's remind ourselves what it used to look like. It was a Transit with an ambulance livery. I've never really seen an ambulance livery one before, but that was one of the reasons why I changed it. And also, I've had a blue Transit van. I've still got it at the moment, at the time of this recording. And this is what it looks like now. I'm sure you'll agree it looks absolutely fantastic. This really did turn out well. The paint looks totally original. You wouldn't know that it's been touched up, that it's been repainted rather. And as you can see, I've put a little couple of lights details in the back there, stop lights and indicators. The paint hasn't been buffed up, as I say. I like to try and keep these standard, although I've got a little bit of dust on it there. Let me just wipe that off. I should have noticed that beforehand, but I didn't. And as you can see, the windscreen, I've actually lacquered the windscreen with a normal aerosol lacquer. It's come out all right. I didn't need to rub it down at all. There was no real scratches on it. And as you can see, the wheels have actually come up nice. I didn't do, a bit more dust on that side. I didn't actually do anything to the wheels apart from giving them a clean. Didn't need to. The chrome was in very good condition. I'm well happy with the way this has turned out. As I say, one of the things that I say is that if you can look at a car and actually think that it's a factory made one, then you know you ain't done a bad job. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to look out for more, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.